What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Happy Thursday, Softball Thursday, a double header going out tonight, 6:30 and 7:30. I'm excited. I'm a little back, still jacked up. Have a heating pad on it right now as we're recording this video, but I think we're going to be able to make it through. I wouldn't mind a rain out, though. Give me an extra week to rust up. But here we are. But you listen, turn up the volume, stop what you're doing. I don't care if you're even in the middle of a trade, walking the dog, or you're just scrolling through your TikTok feed. You need to hear this because something just went down in the XRP world that feels like an accident and more like a cover up. 19 million, that's right. 19 million. It didn't just disappear, it vanished at the exact moment that XRP is gearing up for liftoff. And when money moves like this behind the scenes, right before a major push, that's not coincidence. That's what we call coordination. Look, I've been in crypto long enough to spot the fingerprints of insiders, the quiet plays, the strategic moves, the headlines you barely hear about until it's too late. And what's happening right now with XRP, it has all those signs. So if you're tired of being late to the party and last to the party, if you're sick of finding out after the big move already happened, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you're gonna understand why the vanishing 19 million is the signal that we've been waiting for and why XRP is sitting on a ticking time bomb to the upside. And we got the TA that we're about to jump into to back it all up. Without further ado, welcome back to the show, everyone. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, support the channel. It is the ultimate way to support me for providing this content each and every single day. It takes 2 seconds, and all you gotta do is hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Bitcoin, $118,691. It's currently up 2% after printing a monster candle yesterday. Ethereum coming in at 4,382. It's up 2.25%. And XRP, yeah, buddy, back where we belong, that number 3 spot, but we're coming for you number 2 and 1 very soon. Coming in at $2.99. We are facing a critical zone as we talk, and why not? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that critical zone. Ali put it out, 3 to 315 is the zone that we are looking at where we need to break above. You can see the chart right here. We're going to drop in our little indicator. Look, we have a lot of room to run. You see the gaps in between the green and red. This green bar going across your screen is the bullish bearish bar. We are super bullish above it. We have runway all the way up to about 343 on this thing. Our first level of resistance we need to pay attention to is 305. Our major resistance zone, it starts when we get closer up here. There's going to be around 320 to 340 is where we're going to look at if we drop in supply and resistance. You can see it. I'll circle for you on the screen. Right here is your first zone. That's not going to be bad. Not a lot of money in there, but it's when we get higher and we get above 340. So 320 breaks with volume, we're going to be looking at a move from 360 to 380. If that is rejected, expect a pullback all the way back down to this support region towards your bottom around 270 to 280. Very critical point right here. But you know what would have been phenomenal? Well, the ETF's coming out in 2 weeks, but thanks SEC. Thanks for delaying that for us. But XRP chart overall, it looks good. Folks, Q4 is going to be a very good month for us. Now, I told you, as soon as Instagram hits 500, we're doing a giveaway. Get on over to the Instagram page. Go give it a follow. I know y'all got Instagram. We had over 30,000 views yesterday on YouTube, and we gained like 40 followers. Link will be down below. And if you're serious about crypto, then you already know it. And we're down to 1 spot, it looks like, this week. If you want to get ahead of the crowd, if you want to be able to make the move before the crowd does, book your call with me. I'll walk you through how to do it. Strategy sessions, me and you, we talk playbooks. You get to know what I'm doing, when I'm doing it. You look at me in the eyes, me and you, mano a mano, Google Meets. You get all your questions answered, everyone. Then we got this. Epic comes out. Look, and I'm not endorsing this. This came up yesterday during my live stream that people asked me about it. They put this out this morning. So this is where the fundamentals start to align with the charts. While XRP is holding technical levels, the ecosystem, well, it's leveling up as well. Here comes Epic One card. This isn't another card back cash gimmick. It is a full weapon, a full-on weapon for the XRP economy. Look, we've seen Uphold do this. We've seen Gemini do this as well. This one's in over 180 countries, millions of merchants, and up to 8% cash back in XRP. No hidden fees. Huge. I don't promote them. I don't work with them. I have nothing to do with them. I never spoke with them, but it was Ash yesterday in a live stream, and it was the perfect time to bring that out. Then we get this 84 billion. Coinbase just said live on CNBC that trillions of dollars from money markets are going to flow into Bitcoin. Spot on. We are going to see the rotation. We will see the rotation from traditional markets into cryptocurrency. Yes, they all say Bitcoin. Why do they say Bitcoin? Because that is the gateway. But once they are in Bitcoin, they start noticing, hey, there are other cryptos. What does this one do? And then they start getting involved. Listen.
Bitcoin has characteristics gold doesn't. It's programmable. It's digital. It's infinitely scalable in terms of movement. Easy to move. You don't have to lug gold across borders.
Right. Insurance.
And most importantly, I would argue it produces yield, where gold has a negative cost of carry. So if you're one of the people who are genuinely concerned that global money supply grows like 7-8% a year, and that's excessive, if you believe that's excessive and that's causing inflation, then you need assets that will beat that. A couple $1 trillion was sitting in money markets because at 5%, 4.5%, 5.5%, that's nice. You're getting close to beating your target inflation rate.
Yeah.
As rates tick down, that unlocks those assets. Now, all of it's not flowing into assets like Bitcoin, but a portion will. That's what makes us bullish.
That's right. A portion of it will. Now, folks, this is straight from the biggest regulated exchange in America, broadcasting that to Wall Street. Look what has happened since the recording of that video. Bitcoin was 113, is now pushing around 119. But why does it matter for XRP? Simple. When trillions shift out of money markets, the so-called safest asset class out there, they don't just flow into Bitcoin. The dam breaks. Liquidity cascades into the entire crypto sector. And which asset has regulatory clarity lined up to be the bridge? It's XRP. Now imagine this domino setup, right? Trillions into crypto, which is about to happen. Bitcoin soaks the headlines. Institutions diversify. XRP gets tapped as the global settlement layer. And guess what? By the time retail figures this out, the $3 move we just talked about earlier, that's ancient history. This is why I keep telling you, the insiders already know. The whales are already positioned. The cover up, it's the breadcrumbs that they leave behind. Now let's get into the heart of this video here. This is the real rabbit hole that we need to get down. NASDAQ listed VVPR. That's Vivo Power. You've heard of them before. A company you barely really even hear about though. On paper, a renewable energy play. But when you start peeling back the layers here, what are they really doing? XRP Treasury Management. We have anywhere from 8 to 13 companies that are running XRP Treasury Managements. Here's my theory. That money isn't for operations or R&D. It's for accumulation. VVPR is positioning as a digital asset treasury company, and the focus here is acquiring and holding this XRP long term. Think about the timing though. The SEC's dragging its feet, right? ETFs are sitting in the approval queue, and XRP, it's consolidating under $3. At that exact moment, poof, 19 million vanishes into a treasury black box. Folks, that's not a coincidence. That's a setup. And here's where it gets spicy, because companies like VVPR, they act as fronts. They're the clean face Wall Street uses to quietly build positions without the flashy headlines. While retail's arguing on Twitter about price targets and whose chart's right, insiders are buying time and tokens. The conspiracy angle is that this cover-up, it's not hiding losses. It's hiding accumulation. They don't want you to know XRP is being stockpiled in preparation for the next financial reset. Let me connect these dots for you. XRP support holds, right? Epic One launches, Coinbase primes Wall Street with trillions incoming, and then suddenly 19 million gets funneled into an XRP treasury company? Come on, man. That's not random. That's the blueprint for liftoff. You talk about supply shock, there you go. 19 million gone. This is the exact blueprint that we want to see for liftoff. If you're not paying attention, well, I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to be liquidity exit. I don't want you to be liquidity exit, but you got to start paying attention. You got to start to lock in. But if you see what's happening, you realize the 19 million vanishing. This act is the bullish confirmation that we have been waiting for. So let's wrap this up. We got XRP holding the lines on the charts, new infrastructure like Epic One fueling adoption, Coinbase openly emitting trillions are on the move, and a mysterious 19 million raise pointing straight at XRP accumulation. Call it a cover-up, call it a conspiracy, call it whatever you want. But to me, this looks like the final preparation phase before XRP liftoff. The question isn't whether XRP is ready, because it's been ready. The question is whether you are ready. Stay sharp, stay prepared, and guess what? I'm going to see you on the other side of $3.